Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. In this second video lecture of week 14, today we are going to learn about Ushr and conversion of currencies. This video lecture is the continuation of my previous first video lecture of week 14. In the first video lecture of week 14, we have already discussed Ushr. And now we are going to repeat the topic Ushr for practice for revision. And the new topic in this video lecture is a conversion of currencies.
A land keeping person pays 10% from agricultural products if the land is aggregated by natural means. If land is aggregated by natural source, then the person can pay 10% from agricultural products. And he is required to pay 5% of the product if the land is aggregated by artificial sources. So this is a very important point. The person will pay 10% from the agricultural products if the land is aggregated by natural sources. And the person will pay 5% of the product if the land is aggregated by artificial sources. If there is no natural sources and the person aggregated our land by artificial sources, then the person should to pay 5% of the products of land. For example, to calculate Ushr on rice crop produced by natural resources amounting to Rs 6 lakh rupees. Suppose the amount of products is 6 lakh rupees and it is given that the land is aggregated by natural sources. So regarding natural sources, the amount of Ushr is 10%. So the amount of Ushr is 10%. So 10% of 6 lakh, 10% mean 10 divided by 100 multiplied by 6 lakh, we get 60,000 rupees for Ushr. So in this case, the person should pay 60,000 from the land productions, because in this problem the land is aggregated by the nature source. So we calculate the amount of Ushr according to the 10% rate. Now, a land produce wheat by natural resources. In this question, it is also given that the land is aggregated by natural resources. The price of produce is Rs 950000 rupees. Find the amount of Ushr. So dear students, this is very important. In the problem, first of all, note that whether the land is aggregated by natural sources or whether the land is aggregated by the artificial sources. Artificial sources mean like well, and natural sources mean like rain. So if the land is aggregated by the natural sources, then the rate of Ushr is 10%. 10% mean 10 rupees for the 100 rupees, 10 rupees out of 100. And if the land is aggregated by the artificial sources, then the amount of Ushr is 5%. 5% mean 5 rupees out of 100 rupees. So in this problem, you see here the land produce the wheat products. The price of produce is Rs 950000 rupees. So to find the amount of Ushr. So Ushr 10% of the products, 10% of the produce. So 10% of the 950000. So 10% mean 10 divided by 100 and of mean multiplied total. So after simplifications, we obtain the amount of Ushr for this total amount is 95,000 rupees. Now the next example, price of rice is 1,50,000 rupees. 1,50,000 rupees is produced by artificial resources in a lane. The price of rice is 1,50,000 rupees. Is produced by artificial resources in a land. To find the amount of Ushr. So, dear student, this is a very simple question. You see here, the amount of Ushr is 5%. Because in this problem, it is clear that the land is aggregated by the artificial resources. So, the Ushr amount is 5%. And 5% of total 1,50,000. Now the amount of Ushr is 5% of 1,50,000 mean 5 divided by 100 multiplied of mean multiplied and 1,50,000. So 7,000. After simplifications we obtain 7,500 rupees is the amount of Ushr when the land produce 1,50,000 rupees products when the land is aggregated by artificial resources. Now, the next problem here to calculate Ushr on wheat crop amounting to 350,000 3,50,000 rupees produced by artificial resources. So the previous example and this example, the problem is very simple and same, but the total amount is changed. In the previous problem, we have already discussed the land is aggregated by the artificial sources, but at that problem, the total amount is 1,50,000. But now here, the total amount is 3,50,000. So what will be the amount of Ushr? Now, since amount of wheat crop is 3,50,000 rupees, and the land is aggregated by artificial sources, so we can calculate the Ushr amount according to the 5%. So 5% of the produce, 5% of the 3,50,000. So 5% mean 5 by 100, half mean multiplied, and 3,50,000. So after simplifications, we obtain 17,500 rupees is the amount of Ushr at the rate of 5% because the rent is aggregated by the by the artificial resources. Now, this is the last topic for this lecture. Conversion of currencies. Dear student, first of all, note that what is a currency? Currency means money. Currency means money. Different countries have different currencies. There are over 100 different currencies in the world, all with different names, like uh, rupees. There are over 100 different currencies in the world, all with different names, like rupees, dollar, etc. For example, the Australian currency is called the Australian dollar. In this question, uh, we are going to discuss how to convert one currency, one form of currency to another currency form. So you should to uh, learn about the mathematical procedures how to convert one currency to another currency. You should to remember the rate of one currency. Then we can easily convert the currency one currency to the another currency form. And we can use any softwares like you can use the simple Google. In the simple Google, you can put the currency. The Google automatically convert one currency to the another currency. But dear students, manually you should to learn manually how to convert one currency to the another currency, and you will to try how to divide, how to multiply it, how to take LCM. You should to learn about the mathematical operations. So, some common currencies of the world like Great Britain, England, Scotland, and Wales. These three are the districts of Great Britain. So, Great Britain pound for these for this country, the currency name is Great Britain Pound. This is the common currency for all these. Great Britain Pound, Great Britain Pound. United States of America, US dollar. The currency name, the common currency for the United States is US dollar. And for the New Zealand, New Zealand dollar, NZD, New Zealand dollar. And for the France, Spain, Italy, and Germany. For all these countries, the common currency is euro. The common currency for France, Spain, Italy, and Germany is euro. Now, the common currency for Japan, yuan, and Indonesia, rupiah, South Africa, rand, and Thailand, baht. These are the currency name for these countries. Now, converting between currencies. It is possible to convert one currency to another currency, as I have already told you in the previous slides, that the purpose of this lecture to convert one currency into the other currency. But for this problem, for this purpose, you should note that the conversion rate between currency change every day. Every currency rate is changed day by day. So first of all, find the actual amount of the currency. Then we can change the currency, one currency to the another currency form. For example, you see here some examples converting the following Australian dollar amount to the given currency. These are the Australian dollar amount, 200, 120, $100, and $500. To convert this Australian dollar to USD dollar. So first of all, find the amount of one Australian dollar. One Australian dollar is equal to USD dollar. So if we find the one currency, the $1 amount is equal to what? USD, then multiply that amount to 200. You will convert the $200 of Australian dollar to the USD. And in this case, find the amount of one Australian dollar is equal to what? Euro. Then multiply that amount to 120. The Australian amount, this Australian amount will be converted to the euro. Now, New Zealand dollar. First of all, find the amount of Australian $1 is equal to New Zealand dollar. Then multiply that amount to the Australian dollar of 500. The 500 Australian dollar will be converted to the New Zealand dollar. For example, one Pakistani rupees to Saudi riyal. So suppose one Saudi riyal is 35 rupees. One Saudi riyal is 35 rupees. Then 700 Saudi riyal is equal to Pakistani rupees, or is 700 Saudi riyal multiplied 35. Suppose one Saudi riyal is equal to 35 rupees. So 700 Saudi riyal is equal to 700 multiplied 35 rupees. 700 multiplied 35. Because I would like to tell you again, dear student, note that if we want to convert the Saudi riyal to Pakistani rupees, then first of all, find the amount of one Saudi riyal. One Saudi riyal is equal to, suppose, 35 rupees. Then 700 Saudi riyal is equal to Pakistani rupees multiplied the 700 Saudi riyal with the 35, you will get Pakistani rupees from the Saudi riyal. So dear students, in this question you see here the conversion of currency, and what is zakat, And what is the rate of zakat? The zakat rate is 2.5 for the 100 rupees. And what will be the rate of zakat if we have some total amount for 1 year? But this is the very important point. Note that who is sahib nisab for the zakat and what is the nisab. 7.5 tola gold and 52.5 tola silver are the cash amount equal to this amount. Gold or silver is called nisab, and the Muslim who keep one of these things for 1 year is called Sahib Nisab. Only Sahib Nisab Muslim is required to pay 2.5% of or 140 of the wealth to the poor and needy person. If the person has 7.5 tola gold and 52.5 tola silver, or the cash amount equivalent to the value of this quantity of gold or silver, then the Muslim should pay to zakat for the poor and needy persons. If the persons have these 7.5 tola gold and 52.5 tola silver or the cash amount equal to the value of this quantity for 1 year, then the Muslim should pay zakat at the rate of 2.5%. And for the Ushr, if the rent is aggregated by natural sources, then the person should pay 10% of the product of the from the product of the land. And if the land is aggregated by the artificial sources, then the person should to pay 5% of the product of the land. And this is the end of this segment. Thank you.